Hello again, and welcome to Crime in Music. I'm your host, Brian J. Kinsley, and with me as always, whoa, yeah, my friend Ben Rupel.
You having a good day? Good day?
I'm having a great day. I'm having a great day.
Awesome.
Much like all the days we have here, every other week, when we get around to it, we'll bring you a new true crime podcast about people in and around the music industry and their misadventures in the law breaking. If you like music history, murder mystery, people with eccentricity, you've picked the right podcast. Share with a friend, tell a relative. Right now, we're trying to get the good people of Europe. If you know any friends or you have family in Europe or their neighbors Asia, please send them your favorite episode. Tell them to give us a listen. That would be a huge help. We love hearing from the people all over the world. So hit up those Euros if you would, everybody. But also, how are you? How are you guys doing around here in wherever you're at? If you're in the islands, or if you're in Alaska, or if you're in India, drop us a line. Our email is feedback@crimeandmusic.com. Find us on all the social medias at Crime and Music, or my favorite, SpeakPipe. Go to our website, scroll down, as Ben has said, click the SpeakPipe widget, and just start recording. Tell us what you think. Tell us good, bad, in between, the ugly, all of it. So, having said that, how you doing today, Coach Ben?
Good. Yes. So we are. Brian already alluded to every other weekish. Sometimes it's a tough time. But if you know us, if you've listened to the show, you know that we're not. I mean, calendars are hard sometimes, but we're gonna get you content, and it's gonna be worth it. It's worth the wait. And I'll tell you what though. So there were a couple episodes that we waited, 3 weeks to put another bit out.
Yeah, afraid so.
And I didn't think much of it. You didn't think much of it, whatever. But it was very warming to hear some of the feedback that our regular listeners, our folks that like to download us every other week. They're like, "Hey man, where's my fix? I need
Where's my episode, bro?" Yeah, that's exactly what it was. We heard. You're like, hey, where are you at, man?
We're listening. We're doing our best. So.
Like you told a buddy you were going to help him move and he didn't show up. You're just like, hey, you said you're going to be here. Where are you at, man?
I'm sitting here with these pizzas and you're not here.
It's like I got a truck of pizza and you're not here,
dude.
So no.
So on that note, and only because this is people we know. What are we in our? We're in our
sidebar
40s a little bit. And,
don't tell them.
And we're all doing okay. I mean, it's not like I have FU money laying around all over.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have that.
Dollar bills, y'all. But I did find it funny. Our buddy Rat, his mom's kind of moving a little bit, and he calls me up today. He's like, "Hey man, I'm gonna be back down in the hood. I got to move some couches out of my mom's basement. You give me a hand. What are you doing tomorrow afternoon?
Loads, Rat. I gotta go do loads now. What the?
That came up too. Like, I'll help you do some loads. We'll get the loads done.
20 years, I gotta do loads. My old man's making me do loads. But this week, if you're ready, we are gonna be talking about drinking.
I like that.
But we're also gonna be talking about beefing.
Oh, I already am putting. I'm getting my categories of guess the guest ready. Go ahead, beefing.
Yeah, and what comes with drinking and beefing? The fighting.
The fighting. All right, drinking,
so
beefing, fighting.
We're drinking, beefing, and fighting. If you're ready,
yeah,
we're gonna start this off and play the favorite game, guess.
So okay, I gotta get a win here. I think it's been a couple episodes since I had a win, Brian.
I feel like it has been. I haven't done your stats in a while, but I feel like you might be either even or real close.
Well, the stats got skewed.
Sorry, Michelle.
The stats
that was weak.
They got skewed a little bit, I think, because of a few where I saw the computer screen, I think, one time, maybe a little bit. And then
that happens when you cheat, sure.
And then there were a couple that I can't remember. It was it was definitely under scrutiny. So we're not going to carry the stats anymore. We're just going to have fun with it. Everything's not a competition. Okay, start with the first question.
75 seconds.
Do I know who this is?
100%. 100%. This is peak up your alley.
First. Now you got a lot of pressure on me. Now this is this how Jason feels every time he does this? All this
apparently
pressure?
So.
All right, go ahead.
The first clue is when I announced your name, but the first clue here. Star of surreal life reality TV show, season 1.
Flavor Flav?
Oh, no, but he was on that same season. They were an opener, like their band was an opener for a Kiss tour, and Gene Simmons fired them. That's how crazy they were.
All right. They were crazy. Okay.
Okay. This guy, tip my hat. This guy in the band, this person, I guess, this guy in the band, they don't load or unload or carry any gear to the gigs. It's a hint on what they do. They don't carry shit.
Okay.
They won't help you carry things. They won't help you load your drums. They won't carry the guitar amps. None of that stuff.
Okay. They're not roadies.
Nope.
Okay.
All right. With 5 seconds left, we're gonna get to the easy ones here. It's the lead singer of Motley Crue.
Now I can't remember his name. Vince Neil.
Some people call him Vinny.
Vince Neil. Vince Young.
Yay! Vince Neil.
McMahon. I knew it was a Vince.
You got it. It's Vince Neil. See, I knew you could get it. That's a good one. There you go. You did it.
Well, why was is it Motley Crue? Is that why you said they don't carry their own stuff?
No, it's because he's a singer. Singers don't carry gear.
Is that a thing?
That's a thing. Yeah.
Really?
Ask anybody who's not a singer. Go ahead.
Just a singer.
You see anybody out there hauling drums up and down the stairs? No, you didn't.
No, but she was hauling some cans around. All right.
All right. If you're ready.
Yeah. I like
it's a great time. We're definitely going to be talking about cans. We're talking about Motley Crue lead singer, as I said, Vince Neil, born February 8th, 1961 in Hollywood, California, USA. Actual name, Vincent Neil Wharton.
Wharton?
So,
all right. So
that's his first name and his middle name, Vince Neil.
Our episode is focusing on Vince Neil.
Specifically the man Vince Neil, yes.
I mean, because he was surrounded by other monster names. And
dude, there's gonna be some follow-up episodes from what you hear today. I was like, oh my gosh, these people were doing what? So yeah, I learned a lot in researching this podcast.
Oh right,
so.
Yeah, we could do 4 episodes here.
I think we can. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what we're saying. So solid 3, that's for sure.
Yeah. So okay, Vince Neil, good. And you know what? I'd say Tommy Lee's probably the one that everybody knows the most about, only because of the Pamela Anderson crap and all that stuff.
Correct.
And
that comes up. And we'll get there.
And I want a disclaimer. In my mind, I think our audience is starting to realize it's very compartmentalized.
What I believe is,
and the same space that Motley Crue has been filed in my hard drive of a brain is being shared by like 6 different hair bands,
all hair bands, yeah,
including like Poison and Warrant, and I mean they're just so.
Oh yeah.
I'm just heads up, everyone. I'm definitely going to get some people confused in this one.
Okay. Well, luckily, I am here to help you because I was raised by hair and glam rock band older brothers. So this is 100% my wheelhouse. Oh boy. And do we get into things? It brought me back just listening to the music, man. Speaking of being raised, he was raised by his parents, Shirley Ortiz, his mom, and Cloyce Odie Wharton, his dad.
They were not married?
Apparently not.
Well, I mean, they didn't share a last name. I don't know. I key on that, but whatever. Yeah, okay.
There you go. Maybe that's her maiden name.
Yeah, maybe.
Smith.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
Yeah.
He has Mexican ancestry on his mother's side and Native American ancestry on his father's side. And during the 1960s, his family moved around the South, Southern California, that is, from Inglewood to Watts, before they finally settled in Glendora. He attends Sunflower Intermediate School and then later Royal Oak High School. We got a Royal Oak out here in Michigan, so I guess there's one in California.
Okay.
Copycats. There's a nearby Royal Oak High School in Covina. That's where he meets a tall, skinny kid in a G-string named Tommy Lee.
That's a much similar story that I have when I was about that age, meeting tall, skinny kids in G-strings.
I see. I just assume with Tommy Lee, that's just his standard outfit is just a leather G-string. That's just what he does.
It was a weird thing watching him spin upside down in a drum set.
So impressive.
Wearing a jockstrap made out of leather.
Well, now these guys are not just interested in music. They've also got, they're regular teenagers. Vinny is interested in things like surfing, basketball, baseball. There you go. He likes football, wrestling, stuff like that. But, he plays around as a kid and he tries them all out. And music is his first love. And so he decides to concentrate on that. He begins singing with like school bands and his buddies' bands at the age of 14 and 15. He joins a band called Rock Candy when he's just 17 years old.
That's a good name. That is a wasted name on a bunch of kids. Rock Candy. That's a good name.
It's actually it's a great podcast. Check it out. Pantheon Podcast Network's called Rock Candy. So check those girls out. They do a lot like what we do. Talk about music history and stuff like that. So anyway, it is a great name. So great. They've got fans. They're playing shows October 3rd, 1978. Vinny's 17. He has a son from a girlfriend. His name is Tammy. I couldn't find Tammy's last name. And their son, they name him Neil Jason Wharton.
You knew there was going to be a Tammy in this story. You knew it. I could have called it. Nailed it.
Tammy with an I. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Ooh, with an I. What way do you think? Way outside the box.
Spell it with an I and a G. 1981, Vinny is discovered while performing with Rock Candy. There's a new band out there, a new form band called Motley Crue, and they're seeking a lead vocalist. And these guys were impressed by Vinny after seeing him perform at Tommy Lee. He's the drummer of Motley Crue. He's like, you gotta come see this vocalist guy, man. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna like him. And so Tommy Lee sort of set up an audition for Vince, and they came out and they loved him.
Do you think that a band like Motley Crue and so many bands like Motley Crue back in the day, how important was it for your lead vocalist to be able to actually sing really well? They got to sing well.
Oh, you had to.
Yeah. You had to sing well, but
you had to
singing for
well.
For these folks was just one part of the entire pie. They had to look the part. They had to act the part. They had to sort of be the salesman on the stage. I mean, think.
Oh yeah.
It's Mick Jagger. He had an image. He just had an image. He could sing very well. I don't want to take away anything from their singing, but it was the entire stage presence, and I think that's maybe where Vince Neil came in too, because he had a look.
That's for sure.
Not everybody can be Meatloaf, Brian.
That's true. He had a look also.
Yeah,
also. Had a look was their name, Motley Crue. Well, hold on here. April 1981, after finalizing the lineup with guitarist Mick Mars, he goes, we should name the band Motley Crue, but he spelled it Mottleyycru. Now, Nicky Sixx, he likes that, but he's like, why don't we spell it with just one T and put an E at the end of Crew? That way it's way cooler. And then finally, they got a buddy, just some dude hanging out with them. He's like, you should put the umlauts over the O. Umlauts are the two dots. Mm-hmm. So like a dot you put over an I, you put two of those over the O, and then that'll appear like tougher. And that'll pay homage to our favorite beer, Lowenbrau. So Nicky Sixx gets it back one more time. He goes, let's do it one better. And he spells it Motley Crue, Motleycrue. And he got the umlauts over the O in Motley and the U in Crew. And Motley Crue is born.
That's funny. I like you have to think so hard about the name of the band. It's very important.
Oh, dude. It's very important. It's the first thing people see or hear about your band. And so, just to give you a hint, I've been playing 21 Days clips forever on this show, and the origin of that band's name is not interesting, but here it goes. At our high school, we had a thing called swanning, and that's where you sort of make your hand into like the beak of a swan, you pinch your thumb and your fingers together, and you sort of just, boom, you tap somebody in the nuts, kind of like a nut tap.
Yeah, right up underneath, underneath.
Pretty much, yeah. You just get that nut tap in there, and that was called swan, because, you imagine like a swan or a goose or something just pecking at people. Mm-hmm. And so we were warned by our vice principal that if anyone was caught swanning, it was 21 days suspension. And so we were like, pooh, because before he said that, our band, the name of our band was going to be Spittin' Seeds. And I'm like, I don't know, but Spittin' Seeds. So 21 days.
And that was days with a Z, right?
Well, because, yeah, you got to be cool. It's spelled days with a Z.
Yeah.
As we've established. Check episodes like 13 through 22 for all those cool kid names with a Z. Well, April 1981, there was a bunch of Suedes around. The Motley Crue plays their first show in Starwood nightclub in Los Angeles, California.
In 81?
And 81.
Okay.
And as I mentioned, a Suede, a guy in the crowd spits a loogie, lands on Vinny's brand new white leather pants. What do you do when somebody spits on your white leather pants?
You hit him in the head with a guitar.
You jump off the stage and you start whooping on him. And so he does.
Absolutely
Mickey
you
Six
do.
backs him up, and he ends up cracking his bass guitar against another guy's shoulder.
I hope they got away with it, because that's what that dude deserved. You don't spit
Don't
on
be spitting on my pants.
You don't spit on things and people. You don't do that unless you're ready to roll. I mean,
That's assault, brother.
that is assault.
I mean, that's assault, brother. Right here, let's get a little background on the life of a Suede rock star. So the band's Sunset Strip apartment has a major roach problem, and these dudes are poor musicians. They can't afford pesticide, so they use lighters and hairspray to exterminate bugs.
There was a lot of hairspray lying around. I guarantee you. It was the 80s. It was a hair brand.
Aquanet, baby.
Uh-huh.
If you were using the oven, you'd have to leave it on high for about 10 minutes to kill any roaches that were living in there first, so they didn't get in your food.
That's just oven use 101.
It got so bad that the LA County Department of Health Services had to force the band members to remove all the garbage they let pile up on the back patio of their apartment.
It might have been a little bit their fault then, huh?
Well, now, yeah, but they didn't seem like the type of guys, because they didn't buy toilet paper. They wanted to save money. Instead, they used socks, band flyers, or magazines, just whatever was around.
That's where the old Sears and Roebuck catalog comes in handy.
Oh, that'd be so rough, though, dude. And then some of those glossy pages.
Yeah, don't even get me started on how coddled the American anus is these days.
Oh my lord. Okay, I'm just gonna. I don't. You don't have a tushy? I'm sorry, not a sponsor. You don't have a homemade bidet?
No, that was what was that from? Don't even get me started. It's high level. Got to get there.
Well, they're trying to get to the high level with the Motley Crue, and Vinny makes his recording debut with the band's album "Too Fast for Love." And then in 1981, Vinny marries his first wife. He was not so fast. He got caught by Beth Lynn.
Yeah. What?
I said the album's name is Too Fast for Love, and then he got caught and married by this lady, Beth Lynn, so he wasn't so fast.
Beth Lynn.
Beth Lynn.
Elizabeth Lynn.
Yeah, the two namers.
Okay.
You know them.
Yeah.
Beth Lynn Neal. So she's all first names now.
Neil.
It's her whole thing. 1982, the Motley Crue ends up signing a contract with Elektra Records.
Okay. When did they come in hot? Would you please cue the audience and I when they come in hot, Motley Crue? When they're big. What's their first big album?
1983, the band's next album, Shout at the Devil. Shout. Right. Shout at the devil! Brought Motley Crue to international stardom and a string of hits released throughout the decade, including Theater of Pain, Girls, 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 and the #1 album, Dr. Feelgood, establishes the band as one of the most popular rock acts in the world.
Still all good
and
songs.
That's
still
true.
all good
oh
songs
my God.
today.
Dude, I was rocking just like the whole time writing this episode, because, you know, I listen to the music while I'm writing it, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, oh my God, it was amazing.
Well,
Get you pumped up, people.
When I was a kid, I have a distinct, like a snapshot memory of one of their songs, "Smoking in the Boys' Room," which I think was a cover. Wasn't that a read? Maybe not.
I believe it is actually a cover.
And
I think it's an old rock and roll song.
And that was in the early 80s, so I was very young. I was, 8. And I'm thinking,
That's true.
And no, just to set the tone, everybody hasn't heard yet, Brian and I grew up in a Catholic school, so, anything that was bad was huge bad.
Oh, it's the devil. This is the devil's music.
And so I remember hearing "Smoking in the Boys' Room" and thinking, oh my gosh, you can't go in the bathroom and smoke cigarettes. What? This is so bad. I remember, and when I heard the song, it was my little brother who was about 5 years old. I was about 8, 9 years old. We were in the garage with my dad helping do whatever we did, and the song came on, and my brother just said, "Dad," and he was referring to the song. He goes, "Do you like smoking in the boys' room?" And Brian, you know my dad. I mean, my
That's
dad,
super Nick.
My dad will smoke anywhere, anything, anywhere, ever, whatever. I love smoking in the boys' room, son. I don't know why I still remember that day. I mean, I was in the garage. It was it was smoking in the boys' room. I just thought that song was so risque.
That's funny, dude.
It's not that funny.
Well, okay. Another thing that's not that funny. Tom Werman, he produced much of the Motley Crue's material back in the 80s. He says that Vinny is, quote, the least artistic and least involved in the creative process of all the band members.
He's the singer.
That's exactly what I was hoping you'd say. Now, Vinny and Tommy, the singer and the drummer, they're notorious cheaters. And in an attempt to hide when they've been out cheating and banging chicks on the road, they used to rub egg burritos on their dicks. Now we got a quote from Vinny.
Explain, please explain.
Yeah, we'll let Vinny explain.
Okay, all right.
This is gonna be my best Vince Neil impersonation. So we'll see if I can do this. We were always fucking other chicks at the studio and backstage, and we'd take Tommy's van to the restaurant called Noggles and buy these egg burritos and then rub them over our crotches to cover the smell of the girls we just fucked. We never thought about going to the restroom and just washing our dicks.
All right. For all you young kids out there looking for a couple pointers,
That's true.
Egg burritos. I mean,
covers the stench of girl on you.
My first question is, though, let's say I get into a little bit of an affair at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Who's selling egg burritos then?
That's true,
not
man.
Around here.
Dude,
not.
There's a time restriction, that's for sure.
Yeah, so you better get.
I believe this is the morning of. Yeah,
I guess, yeah. So if you stayed out all night and you're partying and doing bad, things, that might not be a problem to find an egg burrito. I mean, Taco Bell's got one. McDonald's got one. Burger King, if they're open, they got one. At least an egg sandwich.
Well,
I'm assuming an egg sandwich would work just as well.
Well, if you are staying out all night doing bad things, beware, because you could be like Vinny. He buys some cocaine from a drag queen for $20. Turns out it's not cocaine, it's baby powder. When he couldn't get his money back, he got into a fight with the drag queen.
Again, I think that's 100% totally right by him.
Makes sense. It's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Somebody spits on you or sells you baby powder saying it's an 8-ball. It's time to go. It's time to throw.
Hey, wait a minute. This isn't cocaine.
It smells like ground up babies, because that's what baby powder's made from, right?
Speaking of ground up babies, October 29th, 1983, Vinny has a daughter, Elizabeth Ashley Wharton. She's completely fine. She's not ground up.
Okay, good. They didn't grind her up.
Now here, May 15th, 1984, from the Shout at the Devil tour in Memphis, Tennessee, with Ozzy Osbourne and Vinny and the guys in Motley Crue. They're hanging out, and Vinny and Ozzy steal a car. They take it for a joyride around Beale Street, smash the windows, gut the upholstery, and have a good old time.
That's stuff like that is why I think I don't want to be in a band to be rich or famous. I just want to do dumb stuff and not have any repercussions.
Okay, then don't listen to this next part. 1984, Finnish hard rock band Hanoi Rocks is on their second American tour, and they're first to reach California. So they finally get California after being in Finland for a while, rocking out there. 2 gigs meant to be held in Los Angeles. They sell out 20 minutes. These guys are hot. People want to go see them. December 8th, the day they arrive in Los Angeles, Hanoi Rocks drummer, Nicolas, they call him Razzie, and other members of the band, with the exception of the singer, Michael Monroe, who is recovering from a fractured ankle, they go and visit Vinny at his house. And they spend the day in Redondo Beach, and they're partying with Vinny and the Motley Crue. And after partying for hours, Vinny and Razzle decide to visit the liquor store. They need to go do a beer run. But they're going to take Vinny's Tommaso Pantera, which is like a souped-up freaking monster car, like a supercar. That's what they call those things. Okay. So Vinny, he's drunk. He loses control of the car, hits an oncoming vehicle. The 2 occupants of the other car are seriously injured, suffer brain damage. Razzle is killed. Vinny is charged with vehicular manslaughter and driving under the influence of alcohol in connection with the crash. His blood alcohol content at the time is 0.17, so he's well above California's legal limit at the time was 0.1. So he ends up in court. He's in L.A. County, September 1985, in Superior Court with Judge Edward Hines Jr. He sentences Vinny to 30 days in jail, 5 years of probation. Vinny is ordered to pay $2.6 million in restitution to the victims of the crash and undergo 200 hours of community service. He gets paroled after serving 15 days in jail for good behavior. The Motley Crue dedicated their third studio album, Theater of Pain, to Razzle. Let's see
what was
here.
the name? What was the name of that group? The Finnish group?
Razzle was in Hanoi Rocks.
Hanoi Rocks.
That's a good band, man. I remember them.
Yeah, I remember. I couldn't tell you what songs they've played, but I feel like if I heard,
I should have looked that up. I didn't.
Hanoi
Yeah.
Rocks, but I don't remember that story. What year was that?
What did I say? 1989, 84,
89. Okay, no, I don't remember that at all. All right, cool.
1984. Yeah, 1984.
Okay. Well, wow. That was a major crime right off the gate. I like these ones, Brian,
Yep.
where you find the ones that have like big old crimes right there, big juicy crimes.
I was looking for that, man. I wanted to tee him up here for you, just because I know, when we get off the every other week thing, I'm like, oh, it's got to be a good one.
Yeah.
So, and this dude been sitting on Vince Neil for a while, and I knew he'd kind of be a good one. At least he had content.
Yeah,
So
lots of good stuff.
More good things.
I mean, I didn't want to him kill anybody. That's unfortunate. But if he didn't kill anybody, he might not be on the episode.
Here's some rockstar behavior. 1986, in Germany, the band threw 2 beds out of their hotel windows on top of a couple Mercedes. Then in Switzerland, the band set Tommy's hotel bed on fire and smashed all the glass windows in the elevators.
Again, I know if you've listened to our show, there's part of me that wants to think they're doing this as a stunt. I mean, kids do it today. Now they do it. They just do it on TikTok.
Well, that's true. But here, you have fans throwing animal bones, sausages, and darts at the band on a show in London.
Darts?
So it goes both ways.
Darts?
Yeah, man. Here, catch this.
I am not cool with that, man. I'm not. Nope.
You're the guy in the dart league. How do you not like darts?
I don't want one in my thigh.
It's not a back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want one in my thigh.
Ben's very one-way relationship with darts. Oh.
Well, I don't want to hit anybody with a dart. Oh, sidebar. So, okay, we were playing Dart League one night. This is a few years back. R.A.P. Cowboy Doug, by the way. Cowboy Doug was the guy that got hit by the dart in our Dart League.
Cowboy Doug.
Cowboy Doug, good dude. Died of cancer a couple years ago. Don't want to bring you down, but
sorry, Cowboy Doug.
Yeah. So, anyways,
R.I.P.
We're playing darts one night, and of course, we'd been drinking, and somebody threw a dart, and it hit him right in the wrist. Now, by the way, these are soft tip plastic dart tips.
Oh.
Yeah, these are not the metal ones. These are just plastic. I mean, they are the ones.
It feels like why do I think that would hurt more?
Well, it did pierce his skin right in his vein, and he was squirting blood all over the place.
Oh my God!
It looked like a crime scene, and then you could track him because he went to the bathroom to clean up. And there was a blood trail all the way through the restaurant because we're at this bar restaurant spot, where they had, that's where we all met and did our Dart League thing. And he's walking.
I got the blood trail.
He's walking through the bleeding everywhere. Sorry, Michelle. And he's in the bathroom, bleeding everywhere.
Bleeding out.
Oh my gosh, because it was squirting. He was trying to cover it up, and every time he tried to take his one hand off to grab some paper towel or something, it would just like a super soaker go. Psst, 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 psst.
Oh my God, dude.
That is
blood's not supposed to do that.
That is not what killed him. Leukemia killed him.
Under pressure. Well, okay.
Cancer,
now you just stole my joke
cancer
there.
fucking sucks. So.
Cancer. Fuck cancer, everybody.
Fuck cancer. Yep. R.I.P. Cowboy Doug.
All right. Well, hopefully, I like to think I didn't know the man, but I like to think Cowboy Doug would have liked April 1987. Vinny marries Shiraz Rudell, a mud wrestler and fashion model. The couple have one daughter, Skylar Lene Neal. Lene. I'm sorry, that threw me off.
Do you think there's a lot of people still mud wrestling these days? It was a big thing back then. I feel like I'm pretty connected in today's hip and trendy society. I'm on the fringe of coolness.
You are. You're on the cutting edge.
I don't think I've seen any ads on my Facebook Marketplace for any mud wrestling event.
From mud wrestling events. I believe those got shut down during the pandemic there.
What pandemic? The one 100 years ago? Because they were not that hip in 2019. Okay.
It was the Black Plague pandemic. They stopped mud wrestling. That was just regular wrestling, and it was just mud everywhere.
I think it's not mud wrestling. It's Nuru, Nuru wrestling.
What are you talking? Is this some Twitch stuff? What are you talking about?
Google it, Nuru.
Homework, everybody. Tell me what Nuru is.
It looks like it's a slime. It's a clear slime.
The millennials like the slime.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their jam.
And you can use that slime in any way you can conceive. Wrestling, what have you.
Well, if it were me, I would want to shoot a video. But here's why. 1987, Motley Crue's hanging out a lot with John Bon Jovi. And then they shoot the Girls, Girls, Girls video, which later gets banned by MTV due to its topless ladies and general strip club theme in nature.
And that's again a brilliant thing they did. It
get banned on MTV?
Hell yeah. Are you kidding me? Everybody.
That's true.
What
Everybody.
Now once they had that video banned, everybody wants to see it. Everybody's talking about them. You know, I guess what year?
That was 1987.
So now everybody's passing around like bootleg copies of VHS tapes and beta.
Oh God, yup.
Beta.
Yup, big box tapes of beta.
Laser discs. Whatever.
Well, it's not just laser discs and it's not just beta tapes, but there's also an audio component of this. And unfortunately, they are sued by a fan who claims she sustained serious hearing damage after attending one of their shows, and she's sitting in the front row. She's like, "This is really loud, and now I can't hear so well."
Oh my God.
That's why I included it, because I knew this would be your reaction.
What do you expect? I mean,
what do you want? What do you want from me?
I can just see this idiot in the front row raising her hand like a fourth grader, looking around for somebody to call on her, ready to ask for the volume to be turned down. If you want the volume down, go to the parking lot. Go to the bathroom. Go to the souvenir shop. Whatever. GTFO. I mean, whatever. Idiot.
She should have called the police, and it wouldn't have been a long walk, because 1989, Vinny's got a small role in Police Academy 6, City Under Siege.
Forgive me, Brian. I don't have an eidetic memory when it comes to all the police academies after Police Academy 1. I got
6? City Under Siege?
I got Police Academy 1 down. 6? Not so,
I'm relatively
not
certain
so much.
6. I think that was a Bobcat Goldthwait. And then there's the guy who, like that dude. He was there.
No.
I mean, they were doing the things. The Police Academy 6. How do you not remember
Hold
this?
on. Was Police Academy 6? Maybe I do know it. Maybe I do. Was that the one where they had the pagans? PAGA.
No,
people.
No, people against goodness and normalcy.
Yeah.
No, that was Dragnet with Tom Hanks.
You're right.
That's a completely
You're right.
different movie.
All right. Thanks for saving me on that one. Yep, you're right.
No, it's all right. It's okay you don't remember Vinny in Police Academy 6. He filmed the scene, but he got cut and put on the cutting room floor. He didn't make it. He's out.
Oh, that's probably why I never watched it, because he wasn't in it. Yeah.
Now, his time in Hollywood was not in waste, because Vinny gets plastic surgery, citing a deviated septum, which AKA means I got a nose job. Quote from Vinny about, "Man, I've had so much plastic surgery, I don't even recognize myself sometimes. If I catch a glimpse in a window or something, I think it's somebody else."
I don't disagree. Dude, these people, that even today.
These people, really? You people.
You people. I saw a photo of Madonna just today.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
She doesn't look, what is she, like 95 years old? She looks like she's in her early 50s, which is a huge success.
Kudos to you, Madonna.
If I was her plastic surgeon,
that Michigan DNA.
That would be on my business card, before and after. Call me. This is
just 2 pictures of Madonna.
Madonna before, Madonna after.
From this to this. Come on, guys. I mean, come on.
Great. You could tell there's been
That's
a lot
awesome.
of digging in those, face of hers. I don't know. It just
You know who looks great, and it'll come up a minute with their family. Well, we already talked about Ozzy, but have you seen Kelly Osbourne lately? She literally had plastic surgery, looks like a Kardashian.
Yeah.
That would freak me out. I'm like, who's this? Who's looking at me?
Yeah.
Whose teeth am I brushing?
Yeah, I'm not a. That's not. I don't even want to use the word attractive because that's not the. It's just not cool. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Just be careful, guys. There's a psychological component. Just be aware of that. And you do go through a psychological screening before you get plastic surgery. I know that's part of the procedure.
You think it's
for reasons like that.
Do you think it's a pretty in-depth screening?
Jeez, sorry, Michelle.
Do you think it's a pretty in-depth screening? I mean,
it depends how much money you have. To be honest with you, Ben.
Yeah, I bet.
So
exactly. The screening is, let me see your bank account. You've passed.
I think we can handle this. I think we can get you the treatment you need. All right, let's get off this weird stuff. But, well, you know what? No, let's keep talking about rearranging faces. 1989, Vinny punches Guns N' Roses guitarist Izzy Stradlin in the face at the MTV Video Music Awards. Now, this is payback for an altercation between Izzy and Vinny's then mud wrestling wife. Now, see, what happened was at some point in the weeks leading up to the MTV Video Music Awards, Vinny is on a whitewater rafting trip in Idaho, and his wife goes out to the Cat House Club in Los Angeles, where she's been like hanging out, partying stuff, and she's apparently assaulted by Izzy Stradlin. Now, so while the rest of the Motley Crue left the venue, they're on camera appearance, and Vinny, they did all that stuff on camera, and then Vinny waits around after for Stradlin and Axl Rose to finish their performance of Free Fallin' with Tom Petty. So he's like, okay, as soon as they're done singing with Tom Petty.
Whoa. Pause.
Okay. And the Heartbreakers. They were there too.
Axl Rose and Tom Petty did Free Falling I haven't heard this.
Yeah, man. How did you not? 1989 at the MTV Video Music Awards.
All right. Can we pause?
You can watch it.
Can we pause the entire episode right now so I can go watch everything?
All right, everybody hold on.
I'm just kidding. No. But I have been. There's
right.
some new Tom Petty, not new, but new to me.
Really? No.
Of some. Our buddy Matt. He's like, hey, dude, there's some Tom Petty out there. That's all his old songs that are done,
unreleased stuff.
That are
that
are the same song done completely different. And I'd like.
Oh sure.
Yeah, get more into that.
Cool, man. They did the same thing with Prince too. Prince has like literally 1,000 some songs done, produced, ready for print. And so there are talks about like releasing them or not over the last, however many decades he did music.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'd be on that. Like,
trying to drink my beer.
I'd be on that like flies on shit.
That's what I'm saying,
Rust
man.
on a muffler, stink on a monkey.
Here, what we learned from this, guys, is just, record your stuff. Just record it. Just hit record. Somebody will find it someday and love it. Now, let's get back to there. Let's talk about Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and Axl Rose swinging down with Vinny here. We got a quote from Vinny. Quote. I always have to refocus when I do Vince Neil. I still haven't got it yet. When Izzy walked off stage looking like a cross between Eric Stoltz in The Mask and Neil Young, I was waiting for him. You fucking hit my wife. So fucking what? He spat. All the blood rushed to my fist, and I decked him. I decked him good, right in the face. He fell on the ground like a tipped cow. Now, Vinny's bodyguard grabbed him before he could do any further damage, but as they were making their way outside, Vinny is confronted by Axl Rose. Quote from Vinny about Axl Rose. Axl came over snarling at us like an overdressed Doberman. Come on, motherfucker, I'm gonna fucking kill you, he yelled at our backs. The situation is ultimately diffused and both singers went on their way. The sniping, however, is far from over. Rose went on to take numerous pot shots at Vinny in the media, claiming he threw a punch like, quote, I'm going to try and do Axl Rose now. Like a powder puff!
Like a what?
Thus, like a powder puff. Thus begins the infamous hair metal feud between Guns N' Roses and the Motley Crue. Axl Rose challenges Vinny to a fight. Vinny eventually accepts a fight. But so far, there's been no fight.
This is just like any given day in high school. You want to fight? Let's fight. Let's go meet at the football field. All right.
Let's go, man.
I swear to God, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to beat your ass. Nobody shows up. But it was probably a great move for both of them. And
yeah.
And as much as I like to think that everything is so contrived I don't think this was. I think this was organic. This was 100%.
It seemed pretty like legit.
Yeah. I mean, they were both back then. They naturally were going to have beef with each other because they were trying to compete for that same dollar. You know, they were trying to.
It's true.
Their audience was the same group, so they needed to compete for that same dollar. And that probably
That's
helped.
true.
And that whole entire escapade probably helped them both. I mean, it did.
Unfortunately, this escapade doesn't help much because in 1990, Vinny has a small part in the film The Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
Andrew Dice
You
Clay.
remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so that I don't think that really helped him out too much.
Whoa, Brian. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Take about 20% off.
Yeah.
You got a problem with Ford Fairlane movie?
No, not at all. God, not a problem at all. No problems here. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet. Hey! 1991, following the release of Motley Crue's greatest hits album, Decade of Decadence, 81 to 91, Vinny and the band part ways.
Yeah.
Vinny's drinking beginning to affect his ability to perform. So February 10th, 1992, after he fails to show up for a band rehearsal, Styx, Lee, and Mars all agree that sounds like Candy Bar Company meeting. Styx, Lee, and Mars. Six. I'm sorry, I keep calling it Six. Like the Sixlets guy and the Mars guy.
People.
They agree. They agree that Vinny, he's just a singer and he's holding us back. Now, at the time, the band blamed Vinny's race car driving in the Indy Lights circuit as the reason for the decision, releasing the statement that read, "Race car driving has become a priority in Neil's life. His bandmates felt that he didn't share their determination and passion for music." So now, prior to his firing, Nikki Sixx says the band was open with him that they're considering a new lead vocalist. And Nikki told him, he said, quote, "We were sitting down here." Oh, God, Nikki Sixx. What did that guy sound like? "We were sitting down here working and we didn't want to be here. This isn't going to be happening if you don't want to be here and we have to force you out." God, I can't do it. Nikki Sixx. Do you remember what Nikki Sixx sounded like?
No, but I feel like he's more Jersey. More like a Jersey.
Okay.
Like a Jersey
there we go.
feel. Not a Southern Alabama /
Yeah, no, he's like California guy though, you know, like, hey bro, like kind of slow, bro. So
like a surfer accent.
I feel like they're living on the pier. I don't know. Quote from Nikki Sixx: "We're down here working and we wanted to be here. This isn't going to happen if you don't want to be around here. We don't want to have to force you out of bed every afternoon. Force you out of bed every afternoon because you don't want to be out here. You be out drinking all night.
Force you out of bed every.
You out of bed every afternoon.
That's like our wives, Brian.
Yeah, right.
All right, time to get up.
Get up.
Time to get up.
10:30.
It's lunchtime.
You gotta cook the hot dogs. Lee accuses him of failing to contribute to the creative process, and so they're just coming at him at all sides. Vinny storms out, and his firing is announced to the public 4 days later. So it's official. Early 1993, he begins dating actress and Playboy playmate Heidi Mark after a blind date arranged by that lady's makeup artist. The two were engaged within 2 months. So, man, kickstart your heart indeed.
Oh, wow. Heidi Mark. All right.
Heidi Mark.
Don't remember that.
19. I don't remember her.
I bet
no.
if I saw a picture of her, I bet I'd remember her. I mean, I bet I would.
Speaking of being exposed, 1993, Exposed is Vinny's first solo album. So the album debuts at number 13 on the Billboard charts. The album features Steve Stevens, who played all bass and guitar tracks on Exposed, Dave Marshall, Robbie Crane, and Vic Fox. These are just like old hair guys. The band eventually goes on tour. They open for Van Halen. The album includes Vinny's debut solo single, You're Invited But Your Friends Can't Come. Remember that? You're invited but your friends can't come. You may recall the song had two versions actually. One, the first, which is included on the soundtrack of the movie Encino Man, starring Brendan Fraser. Remember that one?
Hey, I heard they're coming out with a new Encino Man.
I heard that also.
Yeah.
And hopefully there'll be another cameo by Pauly Shore. Wheezing the Jews. Now, the track is re-recorded for the album with Billy Idol guitarist Steve Stevens. That's where he's from. I knew that. Pornographic film actress Janine Lindermulder can be seen in the video for the second single, Sisters of Pain. Can't Change Me is released as the third single. That features a video filmed at Record Plant, and the video for the fourth single, Can't Have Your Cake, features actress Pamela Anderson and Vinny's son, Neil Wharton, who portrays young Vince Neil. So he's doing all right here on his solo career.
All right, so I just looked up Heidi Mark on the YouTube. I just did.
What you got, buddy? What's the YouTube report on Heidi Mark?
I mean, there's a lot of pictures of her, and I definitely now remember her. But
I see.
It's interesting.
Describe the pictures.
Oh, I'm gonna. The pictures on these old, what year? It's a Playboy from the late 80s, early 90s, whatever. Here's literally a picture of her holding a lantern. Come on. Everything isn't, like the frontier days. This is what, and this is every Playboy shoot throughout the 80s and 90s.
I'm going to need your focus here. You're going to need to put that away.
Yeah, I have to put it away. All right, continue.
Here, I can sober up the situation. August 15th, 1995, Vinny and Rundell's daughter, Skylar Neal, she unfortunately dies of cancer at the age of 4. He founds the Skylar Neal Memorial Fund in her honor. Since that time, Vinny and the foundation have raised awareness and funding for various child illnesses. September 1995, Vinny releases Carved in Stone, an industrial-oriented album produced by the Dust Brothers. The album is recorded and is put on hold while Vinny's dealing with the illness of his daughter Skylar. The album charted at 139 on Billboard's 200. Unfortunately, that was not well received. The song Skylar's Song, dedicated to his daughter, is released as a single from the album and featured a musical video. And The Crawl is released. That's a promo single. The album sells fewer than 100,000 copies in the U.S. Vinny's contract with Warner Brothers Records eventually comes to an end. And on that downer cliffhanger, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, more of Vinny Vince Neil. We're back.
All right.
Hey, what'd you do with your break?
I looked at more Playboy videos of Heidi Mark.
I see. All right. Well, if you can pull yourself away from the monitors and screens, we'll get back into the story of Vince Neil.
No, I want to talk more about Heidi Mark. Can we do an episode on her? She was.
What does she play? You hope she plays the skin flute. That's what I'm
saying. She is a platinum blonde.
Right. Sorry, Michelle.
Continue.
Okay, so
where are we at? Catch us up, Ryan.
Right here, we're talking about Vinny. He's got his own solo project going on, and now the solo project's going good. He starts touring around this solo band. It consists of Slaughter member Jeff Blandow and Dana Strum. If you want to know more about Dana Strum and members of Slaughter, check out our Dusty Rhodes episode. We talk about him. They've also got drummer Zoltan Kameny, 1997. Vinny's solo career and the Motley Crue's fortunes are declining, so the band reunites that year. Yeah, man, we're getting the band back together, dude.
Sell out.
So, quote from Vinny.
Sell out. So.
Well, no. Quote from Vinny. No, he's not a sellout. Quote from Vinny. Quote, they admitted they couldn't do it without me, and I was selling records the way Motley Crue had.
Everybody's he never did better than he did when he was in Motley Crue. None of them did.
Oh, there's no way.
Nope.
There's no way.
Nope.
But as they are back together, they release Generation Swine, which debuts at number 4 on the Billboard charts. Tensions soon erupt, however, this time prompting Tommy Lee to leave the band. Good Lord.
If we didn't have that sort of tumultuous sort of relationship with these band members, it would never make the press. It would never make this this podcast because this
No,
gives us
you
something to
remember-
talk about.
You remember a band called Nelson?
Nope. They probably got long
Yeah,
great.
exactly. Right, right. Those dudes were brothers. They're twin brothers. They had long hair, and they were super happy. So
Best
there
friends
you
in
go.
the world. Didn't work for 'em.
Now, who do you think you're going to get to replace Tommy Lee, who's used to all this craziness, but Ozzy Osbourne's drummer? See the Randy Rhoads episode. Randy Castillo. It's Randy Castillo.
Oh,
I'm
did he?
just making
Did-
fun
really?
of his last name.
That's who replaced Tommy Lee at for a point?
Yep. You got
So-
it for a little bit
So
there.
where are we at in the timeline here? Is it like in the mid-90s?
Year 2000.
Okay.
In the year
right.
2000. After just 15 months of marriage and several attempts at reconciliation, sure,
Mm-hmm.
Vinny and Heidi divorced in 2001.
I can't believe it didn't last forever.
I'm so surprised.
Yeah.
I think he's on wife what? What did I say?
That
4
was
right now? I think
three.
this is
3 or 4.
three.
Yeah.
3? I think it's 3, 4. 2002, the renewed band, the Motley Crue, went on hiatus when Randy Castillo dies from cancer. So the replacement did not last long.
So many cancer,
Fuck
So
cancer.
many cancer stories in this episode.
That's what I'm saying,
Can this
man.
be your fuck cancer episode?
Well, we'll hashtag this fuck cancer. Hashtag fuck cancer on this one. Sure.
Let's do that.
You guys do that with everything. Get a couple of reposts and some retweets and stuff.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, we
fuck
can
cancer.
do
We're
our
down with
we can
that.
do our Rainbow Pride episode at some point, and our
Always.
and
sure.
our Black Lives Matter episode at some point. But this is our fuck cancer episode.
That's
All right.
correct.
We don't want any overlap. This is dedicated to not cancer.
This is just to fucking cancer.
Well, and the kid died, and now this girl died.
Yeah, man.
Eh.
So there you go.
Eh.
Okay. This ain't death, but August 2002, Vinny is arrested in Beverly Hills on assault charges stemming from an April incident involving a record producer, Michael Schumann. Now, he accuses Vinny of attacking him outside of LA's famed Rainbow Bar and Grill in West Hollywood. Vinny pleads no contest and is sentenced to community service and some fines.
As my closest attorney that I have, you, Brian, what does no
Oh,
contest
no.
mean? No, you're my lawyer.
That's
That's
great.
fine.
Sure. This is the Ben and Brian legal system. We'll get you to court on time. Pay your fines. Yeah, I guess no contest. He's like, yep, that was me. Did it.
Well, I think no contest is kind of like
No, I don't think it's like that.
all right,
I
you
don't
just
think
kind of
pled
cross
guilty.
your arms in front of the judge and say,
There you go.
"Do what you got to
I'm
do.
not saying nothing.
Do it,
Yeah,
whatever,
I,
man.
I say nothing.
Whatever."
I think that might be the thing.
Just,
Like
nope.
you just say nothing and they just go, you're guilty, and you don't say anything. and
Whatever
you go,
you-
Okay, well, no contest.
Did you hit
Here's
that
your
guy in
fine.
the face? If you say I hit him in the face, I hit him in the face, I guess. Nope, whatever. You
That's what you're saying. You said
you
it,
got
not
his
me.
deposition. I'll just sit here and not say anything and not contest this.
We should look up what that means, no contest. I wonder. But I think it's got to be something like that.
I guess it's
Like,
just
you didn't say guilty,
you're-
you didn't say not guilty.
you're not admitting to it, but you're not going to defend yourself.
I think that's what it was. I was just going to say something like that. It's like, you don't say you did it, but you're also not going to be like, well, I didn't not do it. I just, Fifth Amendment.
I'll take the fifth.
2002, Vinny is cast as one of the first members of the season of the Surreal Life reality TV show. They took a bunch of famous people, put them in a real world type house. Look at your history books, see what real world was. 2003, Vinny is arrested again after accusations that he assaulted sex worker Andrea Terry at the Moonlight Bunny Ranch near Carson City, Nevada.
Oh,
He grabbed her around the throat and threw her against a wall.
that's the big thing. That's the they had a reality
Attacking
TV show
sex workers is the big
No,
thing?
no. The Bunny Ranch. That was they had a show
okay.
on like HBO about that.
The Bunny Ranch?
Yeah.
Man,
Didn't they?
I did not. I don't pay for premium cable, bro. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that I watched every episode or have it all on, VHS or anything.
Sounds like you might.
I'm not saying I do. I'm not saying I don't.
Well, once again, April 9th, 2004, Vinny pleads no contest to battery charges and is sentenced to 30 days in jail, suspended. He is ordered to undergo 60 days of anger management counseling and is fined $1,000 plus court fees of $132.
Oh, $132.
That'll teach you.
We're not going anywhere until you pay, and that
That's-
you'll learn your lesson.
That is gotta. I mean, what's his walking around money? Like couple grand, you know?
No, but honestly, this guy seems like he may, because he has gotten in trouble for quite a few things here in this episode, but it never came.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Nothing ever comes back to bite him in the ass like a lot of our other subjects where, hey, you didn't take care of this little ticky-tack thing over here, so it just ballooned times 10. Vince Neil, I think, had that guy that has hire a guy to have a calendar, drive you around in a car, get you to your court dates, pay your fines, make sure you do your community service. I think he's got that guy.
The Motley Crue had a guy. Yeah. I think there was a guy in the crew, and that was his job.
And that guy's the true hero of the story. You'll never know his name.
Dude, for Vince Neil,
his name was like Peter Makenshift or something.
Wow. All the Peter Makenshifts out there, I apologize.
Yeah.
Well, Peter was doing his job, I guess, but not that well. December 15th, 2004, an arrest warrant for misdemeanor assault is issued for Vinny after a fight during a show October 30th where he left a sound guy, Michael Talbert, unconscious for 45 seconds.
What do you mean, left him unconscious?
Here's the story. Now, during a solo concert at Gillies, Dallas in October, Neil suddenly runs at the sound guy while he's looking at the monitor, and he tries to kick him at first, but Talbert, he saw him, and the kick misses. And then Neil starts punching him, because once your kicks miss, and you got to start with the hands, knocks the poor sound guy out cold for a good 45 seconds, reports say.
Whoa, why? What was the beef? Where was this beef at? Why were they fighting all of a sudden?
He's a singer, and it's the sound guy. And so if the sound guy doesn't listen to the singer has to go let it be known, hey, man, you got to listen to what I'm saying. I sound like crap, and it's your fault.
So Vince Neil came, like, flying through the air with a kick. And I guarantee...
Yeah, like Johnny Cage, Mortal Kombat. Yeah! Well, and he missed, because when you scream, it telegraphs.
You know his boots had, like... He had those, like, black biker boots. And you know he had those chains that went underneath the heel of the boot was a little raised.
Yup.
And you know that one chain went underneath. And it was like a tri chain where it went behind the heel and over the...
You know a lot about boots.
Well, and over the arch of the foot and under the heel and under the arch of the foot.
Yeah, stirrup.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Well, it was like if he's... the only thing he's missing to be a cowboy is a spur. And
that's when you retire and you go country after you've lived your life of rock and roll and glam bands.
And they're very, and it probably wasn't a full cowboy boot. It was probably one of those 3/4 boots. That's kind of
like a zip up.
Yes, it's kind of a big YYZ zipper on the side of it.
Right there in the inside, just so nobody can see it.
And there's a ton of embroidery on the boot. And this guy's coming flying through the air at this poor sound guy that's making like 40 grand a year, barely getting his kids.
To try and make you sound the best you can, Vinny.
And he's coming through. I'm starting to lose. In my mind, I'm writing a story, and I'm losing respect for this guy immediately. But I kind of want...
Well, let's see if I can save it.
I kind of want some of those boots.
Let me see if I can save.
Do you think those would work?
I used to work at. I think I got you, man. I used to work at Jim and Chuck's boot shop in the mall. I can help you out.
Would those boots work with all the skinny jeans I got? I mean, I got a lot of those.
Absolutely.
That's not
It'd
true.
be like leather Uggs. That's what you want.
Leather Uggs, yes. Can I get leather Crocs?
No, but if you want to do something fancy, you could wear leather Crocs January 2005 to Vinny's wedding to his fourth wife, Leah Girardini. And the ceremony is officiated by, I'll give you 2 hints. He had not worn skinny jeans. He was quite the opposite of skinny jeans. And he was not good with money.
My father.
MC Hammer. MC Hammer's your dad? Oh.
Spitting image.
Vince Neil got married by ordained minister MC Hammer for the 4th time around.
Well, he did. MC Hammer did legitimately try to be a reverend.
Oh, yeah. No, yes, exactly.
It was the worst thing he could do for his career at the time. But I respect him for trying.
Okay. I got nothing. I can't make fun of an ordained minister.
Oh,
Just seems bad.
Oh. Can't touch us. Can't touch us.
What were we talking about? He was married. His fourth. And what do you do after you get married? 2005, Vinny creates the Off the Strip poker tournament, which takes place in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. So he gets into gambling.
Was that during the big time where Matt Damon had that movie, Rounders?
2005. I feel like it's close.
Yeah, that was a big poker time where everybody wanted to be, Teddy KGB, don't splash the pot, all that bullshit. I'm so mad about it. All right. Brian, usually Brian, you get salty, but this is my turn.
Here we go.
I like playing poker.
I remember we had a weekly game, or not a weekly. We had a regular game.
And then that movie came up, and then there was like all these ESPN had it on, and it was all drama. It was all bullshit. It was all hype.
What's the big blind, little blind?
Yeah.
What do we got there?
Don't splash the pot. I will splash the pot. All right.
If I want to splash the pot,
screw you, Matt Damon. Screw you. Who was the Teddy KGB? John Malkovich.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Malkovich.
Huge fan of John Malkovich, by the way. Love him.
Being John Malkovich, you can get right inside of his head.
That's a weird movie,
dude.
Yeah, weird movie.
I don't know what's going on. Well, sorry, Michelle. Man, the El Lingerino. It's got the El Bubblerinos in it. Watch yourself. 2005, Motley Crue's fortunes get a boost when Vinny and Tommy Lee put aside their differences to tour in support of the compilation Red, White, and Crew, dubbed the Carnival of Sins. The tour features acrobats, fire breathers. They've got basically an overall circus atmosphere that the band creates, and they head back out.
And that was huge. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Was that not a huge success?
I believe that is correct. That is a massive success. I didn't have any financial numbers or anything.
Well, no, that was at the point where a lot of their fans from back in the day were now adults, and they had that disposable income, and they could go watch, an $80 show out at a concert. You didn't have to spend. When Motley Crue started up, you go to a bar for $10 at a cover and have a 2-drink minimum. Now you're going to the Palace of Auburn Hills and you're watching Motley Crue and Cirque du Soleil in the same venue at an $80 cheap seat, and nobody had a problem paying it. Yeah,
that's true.
So they've arrived.
What? Where are we putting them?
No, I say once you've arrived, you can just charge anything you want. Woo!
It's true. While you're sitting in the cheap seats, 2007, you can drink Vinny's brand of tequila, Tres Rios. 3 Rivers? I didn't even take Spanish.
Yeah. Tequila?
But don't drink. Yeah, I think it's very much tequila. Don't drink too much. 2007, Vinny is arrested for suspicion of DUI in Las Vegas after police spot him making some erratic moves in his Ferrari. Vinny later works out a deal with prosecutors where he pled guilty to reckless driving in exchange for them to drop the DUI charge. We call it payola on this show, and that's how that works. We are from Michigan, and we do take pride, and these guys are from LA, and they take pride in that. In 2008, the Motley Crue releases the album Saints of Los Angeles, featuring all the original members.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, well, there you go. 2010, Vinny is cast in ABC's Skating with the Stars.
Skating with the Stars?
Yeah, he ice skates with professional ice skater Jennifer Wester.
Never heard of it or her.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that?
I briefly remember Skating with the Stars.
Well,
yes.
I'm waiting for you to get to the ones we've heard of.
Okay. We'll keep going. 2010, you've heard of this one. It's called Divorce. Vinny announces that he and Leah are separating.
No, I'm waiting for the one I've heard
Nope.
of.
Okay, sorry. 2010, Vinny releases his third solo album, Tattoos and Tequila, his first solo release in 7 years. The album is the soundtrack to the book he released the same year called Tattoos and Tequila, To Hell and Back, with one of rock's most notorious frontmen. Each song on the album corresponds with the chapter in the book. This starts a beef with Sharon Osbourne. Quote from Vinny, Sharon Osbourne's one of the most evil fucking women I've ever met in my life. Quote from Sharon Osbourne, Vince, of course, I tried to keep my husband away from you at all cost, as I truly felt you were a danger to Ozzy, yourself, and everyone around you. Neil is a pathetic 50-year-old party boy who continues to put innocent people's lives at risk by getting behind the wheel of a car and driving drunk and being arrested for assaulting women. Enough said. Quote from Vince. Quote from Vinny.
I don't think there's any argument on either of those fronts. I think they're both 100% accurate.
No, hold on, you're killing my flow here. Hold on here. We're there.
My bad.
Yeah. Quote from Vinny. The thing about Sharon is, and I don't hate Sharon, I never have, but when you read the book, this is really just my view of Sharon 26 years ago. Because she was not nice to Motley Crue. We called her the No Fun Tour. We had T-shirts made and smiley faces and bullet holes and passed them out to all the road crew. She wouldn't let us have girls backstage, and she only gave us half a case of beer between all of us. Wasn't even any fun. But when she left, that's when we all had a great time with Ozzy, and I haven't even talked with Sharon since those days, except for when we just got off Ozfest tour a few weeks ago, and everything's great. But she doesn't understand, and that's my view of her back then. So
I think all three of those accounts are very accurate. I believe them all. They have no confliction with each account dovetails perfectly with, I think, the truth. I think she probably did all that stuff. Vince Neil was probably everything she said he was, and I could see from a wife's point of view, why her husband hanging out with that dude, that guy.
No, don't hang out with Vinny. No, that's not the guy.
I'm your tour manager, and I have you can't, you stay here. / your wife, you can't go nowhere, which is probably the right decision.
Sharon may have been onto something, because June 2010, Vinny is arrested again on suspicion of drunk driving in Las Vegas after having allegedly smashed a fan's camera. He's released on, he's arrested for suspicion of drunk driving in Las Vegas after having allegedly smashed a fan's camera and released in $2,000 bond. All right. January 26, 2011, Vinny pleads guilty to drunk driving and is sentenced to 15 days in Clark County Jail, along with 15 days under house arrest, fines, and various re-education programs. So he's starting to learn the systems, what it sounds like. He's starting to get the deals made and get in and out with the least amount of charges and issues and jail time as possible.
Again.
So,
I get it. You don't want to get in trouble. Kids, be good. Never put yourself into a position where you have to have a lawyer argue on your behalf to get house arrest.
Wow.
But if you do get in that position, make sure your lawyer is able to give you as much house arrest as possible, because it sounds like fun. I'm just saying. Yay.
You in the house arrest. This is your thing.
You stay home for 15 days. You can't go anywhere. You got to stay home. I'm not going to make any rules for your showering or your etiquette or what you eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But you got to stay home for 15 days. It's a rule. You got to do it. And if I'm that guy, I'll be like, Judge, I will abide. I will 100% abide.
15 days? What about 16 days?
Whatever.
Huh?
Whatever you say, sir.
What's up, judge man? You're trying to get extra days added, so you have to stay
Dude,
home.
a new video game just came out. I want to try that a little bit. I can.
How many days can I get?
If you want to tack a few on for the next thing I'm going to do, that'd be fine, too.
I got a way for you to stay home. What you do is March 2011, Vinny's charged with battery after allegedly busting into a comedy show at the Las Vegas Hilton and getting into an argument with his ex-girlfriend, Alicia Jacobs. Now,
which one is she?
That's
just some rando.
5 or
Just
6.
some rando.
Yeah, some rando. Now here's the thing: comedian Hal Sparks was performing on stage that night, and he's got a whole bunch of tweets about it. So you can go read all the tweets from Hal Sparks. Like, oh my God, Vince Neil just came into my show and started arguing with his girlfriend.
What year is this?
This is 2011.
Oh, it's recent.
Yes, well, within a decade. May 2nd, 2011, Vinny's attorneys plead not guilty on his behalf during the arraignment. He is ordered to stay away from Jacobs and is scheduled to appear in court on August 8th. Now, August 8th comes around. Vinny's trial is rescheduled to November due to an unexplained emergency. He's playing the game, man. He's shuffling the shells. He's moving the cards. 3-card money.
Well, I mean, he's getting good at it, and he apparently has somebody around him that can help.
Yes.
Lawyers you'll never know the names of.
That's a good lawyer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
good lawyer.
absolutely. Yep.
Well, speaking of other people, you'll never know their names. 2012, Vinny ventures into the gentleman's club business. He opens Deja Vu Presents Vinny Neal's Girls, Girls, Girls in Las Vegas. It's probably Vince Neal's, my autocorrect. Vince Neal's Girls, Girls, Girls in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, really?
So now he's got himself in the strip club business. Yep. And you ain't never going to know her real name. You never met a stripper named Crystal?
No. Listen, I've been to a lot of strip clubs. I'm not proud of it. I didn't really enjoy them when I was there. Sadly, for kind of a job position I had.
Strictly professional. This is for work. I have to do this for work.
I gotta go. If I don't go, I'll get in trouble, honey. Whatever.
You don't want me to get in trouble, do you?
Just funny watching people be uncomfortable. I don't. All in all, I don't miss it much. When's the last time you've been to a strip club? A strip club. I think I bet I know when you were. When was the last time you were?
Yesterday. No, I'm kidding. I was there this morning. You get the 2:00 buffet.
Well, I'm there right now. What are you doing? I'm doing a live podcast from a strip
club. This is all on my phone.
When's the last time you were at one, Brian?
Oh, Lordy. Yeah, no, it's always bachelor parties is the reason I go to those places.
And I don't think that was at Vince Neal's strip club. It was at Cheetah's.
It was at Cheetah's.
It was at Cheetah's.
Way to bring it back around. 2012, Vinny sings a cover of Japanese rock band Lark on Seal's song Blurry Eyes to their tribute album. All right, so he's doing Japanese work now. April 2014, Vinny acquires ownership of the Arena Football League's Jacksonville Sharks. So now he's into arena football.
Really? That's
diversify.
Weird. Yeah, I guess so.
Doesn't last long. After 14 weeks of the season, the team is taken over by the league.
Well, I know you don't know, but I wonder why.
Mismanagement. I looked a little bit into it. There just were mismanagement. Things they couldn't pull stuff together. So
arena football is kind of big.
People like it, man. In certain markets,
it's one of the only sort of in today's universe, the only things that are football that isn't the NFL. Canadian football, European football, the what was the one that Donald Trump owned? Arena football is one of the only ones.
XFL's coming back, buddy.
Is it?
XFL's coming back. Yeah, it is. They're making another run.
Not gonna invest into it.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
There's only room for one football. I mean, there's only room for one. The NFL. Nobody wants anything less.
Well, just like one NFL, one XFL, following like the 2014. You're not. What do you want to say?
It's kind of like the WNBA.
Come on, is that actually still a thing?
Nobody knows. Continue.
Can I? All right. Following their 2014-2015 World Tour, all 4 members of Motley Crue sign a cessation of touring agreement. That means that their final show in 2015 would be legally the last time the group could tour together.
Huh.
Well, there you go.
I don't think that Bob Seger ever had that same clause in his agreement.
No. Neither
Just
did
saying.
like the Who, or what is it?
Bob-
The Rolling Stones are still on tour.
Well, no, it's fine to continue to be on tour, but at your 5th farewell tour, it's about time to hang it up.
I don't believe you, Bob. I'm just saying. I'll see you here next year, buddy.
Bob, I bought these tickets thinking
See ya.
this is the last time you'd be around. It's 20 years later, dude.
One of these days you'll be right.
I appreciate your tenacity, but come on, man.
Now, see, I made that mistake with Tom Petty. I was like, I'm not gonna go. We were gonna go, and I was like, nah, we'll catch him next year.
Oh, so that's
Can't
like the
do
flip
it.
side of the coin.
Yeah, man. The only way.
He died. Huh. I guess
What?
I guess I should have went to that last tour.
Should have won it. Same with Rush. I didn't know they were gonna retire. I was gonna go one more time. I'm like, all right.
Matt thinks Rush is going to come back.
Oh,
by the way.
you know where I'm there. I'm whether you guys go or not, which I know you will. I'm there. So
Well, I mean, Neil Peart's dead.
well, yeah, but his kid though, maybe or something. I mean, they did that with Van Halen too. So
I think his kid's dead.
oh well, then never mind.
It's like a sad story.
December 2015, Vinny, along with Rockstar Investment Group President Mark Daniels and Vice President Robert Hugo, are sued by Sohrab Faroudi for fraud over a $500,000 investment towards Las Vegas Outlaws Arena football team. So the football team thing came back around.
Okay.
There you go. In an unrelated legal issue, Vinny was also cited by the East Bay area of San Francisco for violating the daily water cap of 1,000 gallons after his home in Danville is discovered to have wasted 2,200 gallons of water a day. So 2,200 gallons of water every day. He's fined $2 per gallon over the cap, totaling over $150,000.
Wow.
He
in
claims.
California?
Right. He claimed on Facebook that he had not been in that house for over 5 years. So it sounds like somebody broke a pipe and he wasn't around to check it out. And there you go.
My idea. I think the toilet. Sometimes you have to
Does
jiggle
that
the
run?
handle.
Yeah, you got to jiggle the handle.
Nobody jiggled the handle.
For 5 years. That's the $150,000. Jiggle the handle, everybody.
Yeah, I still am worried about that. When we go on vacation, I make sure all the toilets are not running before we lock the door.
That's good.
Fill the cat food bowl up to the top. Put a bunch of bowls out for water. Jiggle the handles. Turn the dial down on the water heater to vacation. There's actually a dial on my water heater that says vacation.
Yeah,
turn to vacation.
Yeah.
Bam.
Off you go.
Yep.
Well, now, some things you don't jiggle. April 2016, Vinny is charged with a misdemeanor battery for assaulting a woman outside of the Aria Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Now, Kelly Guerrero approached Vinny for an autograph, and he pulls her to the ground by her hair before actor Nicolas Cage could restrain him. Now,
that guy's a hero. He's a hero.
Apparently, the fight goes down at 5 p.m., Nicolas Cage and Vinny are inside when a woman comes up to Nicolas Cage, because why wouldn't you, and asks for an autograph. And then that's when Vinny, allegedly, got behind the woman, grabbed her by her hair, and did like sort of that snap down, just, and just pulled her to the ground. Now, Nick's trying to restrain Vinny and calm him down. He's like, what are you doing? Just calm down. And then they take it outside the hotel. And Nick shuffles him off into a car, and he's screaming at him the whole time. He's like, you got to calm down. Just calm down. Vinny, he pleads guilty, and he strikes a deal to receive 6 months probation. He's fined $1,000. Guerrero sues Vinny for $150,000 for medical expenses, lost wages, physical and emotional distress caused by the whole incident. And in response, Vinny demands the case to be thrown out, denying all allegations, even though you can watch video on TMZ's website. He denies all allegations of wrongdoing, accusing Guerrero of seeking publicity. So now the case continues to drag on in 2019 when Vinny's attorney accuses him of refusing to pay over $180,000 in legal fees stemming from that whole court case. And now that necessitates judges' involvement because now you've got a client who's arguing with their lawyer Looks like we hit into Paola Town again because we never see the end of this particular court case.
Well, it's getting close to present day. So
things are dragging in there.
A lot of the stuff, it doesn't come down to the people that are trying to sue. They don't really care if he's in trouble. They're just trying to make money.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a gray area where civil and liable lawsuits come into play. Where you get in trouble, you got to do community service / go to jail. Compared to civil, where you just have to pay money.
That's true.
Pay money. It's like OJ never had to go to jail for killing his wife, but he did have to pay the family for killing their daughter.
Yep, that's true. Well, speaking of making some money, November 2016, Vinny reveals that he's been contacted and is scheduled to play with his own band at the inauguration of Donald J. Trump in Washington, D.C. on January 20th, 2017. We got a quote from Vinny about it. Quote, I don't know how long I have to play. I don't even know the Republican Party says which songs to play and what not to do.
They played at Trump's inauguration?
No, but he got the offer to do so. And
Okay, that's a weird.
Go through
that's
there.
A weird thing.
Kickstart my heart, you never start. I said, whoa, yeah, baby.
Smoking in the boys' room.
Everybody, Donald J. Trump.
Smoking in the boys' room. Smoking in the boys' room.
Teacher,
that's a weird thing because they don't seem like a very politically motivated group of individuals.
No, that's probably not it. And those are the Motley Crue songs. I don't know if Vinny is allowed to play those, so he would have to do his own.
I don't
stuff.
see him being a real activist on any sort of level.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Neil Young, yes. Alanis Morissette, absolutely.
Sure.
Kid Rock, I
Maybe.
get it.
Yeah.
Not Vince Young.
Vince Young.
Neil,
No.
Vince Young. Neither of them, really.
Isn't he a sportscaster, Vince Young?
Actually, I think Vince Young might be a better Trump.
Plays better trumpet than Vince Neil. Sure.
All right.
There you go. He could have used those trumpet skills. 2017, Vinny's cast as a member on the new Celebrity Apprentice. And so he's hanging out with Trump. I guess they're buddies. I don't know.
Maybe they are friends.
I really didn't dig into it too much, so I don't know.
Hey, did we skip over the thing where when he did the MTV where he was looking for a girlfriend and just like banged a bunch of whores?
Yeah, I didn't get into more of his reality shows and his actor stuff, but yes, there was definitely that reality show.
Am I wrong in saying there's some it's on Netflix or Hulu or something where it's unedited?
Oh, I haven't seen this. That would be entertaining.
No. It doesn't make it.
I see.
It doesn't make it better because I never saw the originals. I think it was on like an MTV or something. And these girls got on there and they were just basically, I mean, they weren't prostitutes, but they're just trying to get on TV to make money. Maybe they were exactly prostitutes, but
sounds like maybe they might be.
And he was all for it. He's like, all right, whatever you think you got to do to win the competition.
Let me get a couple egg burritos, man. Oh, we're killing Ben.
Exactly. He's got egg burritos, double fisting an egg burrito, just with a big smile on his face.
Everybody in the know knows what that means.
All right, what year are we on right now?
We're at September 13th, 2018. Vinny confirms that the Motley Crue is reformed and plans to release new music. So, hey man, let's do it again. Get the band back together.
Nobody ever hired Motley Crue to play new music. Not for like 20 years.
Well, maybe not.
I need to hear girls, 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 and smoking in the boys' room. That's all I want to hear.
Just play the chorus. Smoking in the boys' room. Yeah, do it again.
Dude. Just dance, monkey dance.
That's so bad, but that's exactly what some of those bands turn into, man.
You made a living doing the stupidest crap in the world. Just accept your position.
Now it's time to grow up, or
Just
do what I say.
Accept your position.
Play taking care of business.
And this is every band that got huge. Come on, just marching ants, Dave Matthews. We don't want to hear your new shit. All right, and Dave Matthews, they were even nobody even wanted to hear that guy. Everybody just wanted to hear the fiddle. Play the fiddle guy. Where's the fiddle guy at?
Oh, he's not on tour this tour.
Yeah, I'm not going. Play the fiddle guy. Come on. We're on a hill. It's 85 degrees outside. It's 10:30 at night. Get to the shit. Dave Matthews.
Somebody's salty. Wow. You have a bad time at a Dave Matthews concert once, or what happened?
Once. Sorry.
Wow.
Hold on. Right. Sorry, Michelle.
I see. Superfan Michelle is involved.
All right. Yeah, a little bit. What are you doing? I'm singing a Dave Matthews song. Continue.
Well, I feel like you're going to get us sued just like December 10th, 2018, when Howard & Howard attorneys, PLLC, request to file lien against Vinny after he refuses to pay them $187,364.01 in legal fees.
Oh, and 1 cent.
Well, you got to get that extra penny in there.
It makes it seem legitimate. I mean,
it's more real.
We have an equation, and this is what the numbers spit out at us.
This is the ratio.
It's legitimate.
You owe us this percent. They don't get that percent. July 8th, 2019, a federal judge orders Vinny to pay Howard & Howard $170,169.56. So, shorting you about 17 grand.
Yeah, that seems like a small discrepancy. All right,
if you would like to learn more about the Motley Crue, there's a book, 2001 autobiography, which covers their rise and fall, The Dirt, Confessions of the World's Most Notorious Rock Band, which sounds familiar because The Dirt is 2019, now a movie on Netflix called The Dirt. I've said that enough so you know. It's a feel-good story about 4 dudes from Hollywood, California, USA, who shout at the devil, meet girls, girls, girls with looks that kill. They get caught smoking in the boys' room, let out a primal scream. Without you and with you, only 10 seconds to love. Knock 'em dead, kid. Never the same old situation. Never something for nothing. Keep your eyes on the money. You're too young to fall in love. Don't go away mad. Just go away. And always remember, there's no place quite like home sweet home.
I love that. That was awesome.
You like that?
I really did like that. That was all their big music.
That's the attempt there.
Same old situation. Yeah.
It's the same old ball and chain. November 18, 2019, rumors begin circulating that the Motley Crue are plotting a 2020 stadium tour with Def Leppard and Poison. How do you think that went?
COVID.
You don't have to just wreck it that much, but 2020, yeah.
COVID.
So you didn't do that.
The answer to that question is the same as every answer to that question for that year. COVID.
Yeah, we'll postpone that. Later that day, the Motley Crue posts a reunion announcement on their website, which explains Motley Crue's return and their decision to blow up the cessation of touring agreement they had signed. They're back, baby!
I'd go to see one of their concerts. I think I'd go.
For sure. I think that would be fun.
Go.
That would be a good time.
I'd go. They're lovable, fun, lighthearted individuals. All the stuff that they were, at least Vince Neil was accused of doing, it wasn't that bad. I mean, am I wrong?
No, just that's a great way to tee up a quote from Vince Neil Wharton himself. Quote, looking down on it from a helicopter with a bottle of Jack in my left hand, a bag of pills in my right hand, and a blonde head bobbing up and down in my lap. I felt like the king of the world. Vince Neil Wharton, everybody.
Woo! Woo! So what's the worst thing he did?
Killed the guy in a car crash.
But that was an accident.
I mean, don't drive drunk, bro.
Well, I agree. 100% agree. Don't do. You're not supposed to do that.
No, but I think that's about like the worst one. Like that.
He wasn't.
He seemed to have kind of bounced back pretty quick from it. From what I read you.
I mean, he wasn't beating girls up. He wasn't.
Yeah, he was. He had a couple assault and batteries on women. What are you talking about?
Did he?
Bunny Ranch. That one girl who was a model. Yeah, man, you were not paying attention. You were looking at pictures, weren't you?
A little bit.
Yeah.
He's a tough customer to pin down on how I gotta feel about him.
We have some feedback.
Woo!
That only affects me. Okay. Turn that off.
That's good. That's good.
Right. Okay. Right now we got some Instagram. We got an Instagram comment from It's JhenBD. He says, "Hello, bro. How are you?" Well, Jhen, I'm good. Thanks for asking, man.
Short and sweet. Gotta
There you
love
go.
it. All right, Jhen.
And we
How
got
you
a
doing,
couple.
bud?
Yeah. Okay. That's open to Ben as well. So Ben's
Just want to say
doing
hi.
good.
Just want to say hi.
Yeah. Hey,
And
bro.
thank you. And thank
Like
you. Right.
I appreciate you listening. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Be like it's JhenBD. We got a speak pipe. Okay, you ready? Let's see here. We got a speak pipe from Anonymous.
What the hell was that?
Somebody's dog, I think, got on there.
That's a dog. That's a dog or a bear, possibly a Metazoic dinosaur. I don't know.
Possibly
what
a
that was.
possum. No, I believe we asked for people to send us their dog clips because we are giving some shout outs to the no longer present mascots of the show. So, hey, appreciate that. Good to know some dogs are listening to the show. Good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good girl. He's a good dog.
And the cool part about that is that we knew it was a dog. I'm assuming it was a dog.
I think so.
And we appreciate that.
I want to go so far to say that, one, I do appreciate that, but two, that was a bulldog. I'm going to go that far. And if I'm right, let me know.
That'd be awesome if you're right, but I think you're
great.
really painting yourself in a corner on that one, Brian.
This is what I believe. It's in my head. That was a picture of what I saw was a bulldog chewing on someone's phone, all for our speak pipe.
Yeah,
and thank you so much for that.
They were just like, if you could hear the owner of the dog, the human of the dog, human part, like, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. You couldn't hear the part because the dog was like,
what do we need speak pipe for? I got you.
I think it was a bulldog. All right.
Okay, I told you.
I told you. I'm in lockstep. All right, bulldog.
All right, we got another speak pipe from Jay Dizzle. He has left us speak pipe before. Speak pipe from Jay Dizzle. Yeah.
Hey, all you Jav cats. Hope you're having a beautiful day and enjoying the sweet sounds of crime and music.
Jay Dizzle, everybody. Sounds like he was having a party.
I think. Okay. And that's awesome they did this. I got a lot of thoughts on this.
Here we go.
Tons of
Strap
thoughts.
in.
So at the end of when he said, I think it said, I think he should have ended it with the Kool-Aid, the quote from the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah, and that would have been cool.
Yeah.
But do we know anything about this guy?
This is Jay Dizzle. It says he is in the Chicagoland area.
Yes. I guessed that was in my head.
Wow.
That is I think a very Chicago sound.
You go to a
lot of like little pubs and bars in Chicago, and you get that little bit of a jazz flavor.
Yeah.
The northern sort of part of the Mississippi, and that is a very Chicago sound. When you're in a nice restaurant or a nice establishment, and you get that sort of a a blues scat rhythm sort of thing. Yeah, I feel that. And I used to go to Chicago a lot, not so much anymore. But sorry, Michelle. I get that. I feel that. I like it. I want to hear more of it. It makes me want to go back there. And thank you very much, Jay Dizzle.
Well, sweet.
It's very nostalgic for me. I like that. That's fun. Thank you.
Well,
can we go to Chicago now?
Yeah, let's go to Chicago. Since
Like,
Ben's
no,
talking
now.
about Chicago.
Like,
no,
now.
Now?
It's
Now?
What time is it? 12:10?
Oh, God. Yeah, let's do that.
Timestamp. I'll be there in 40 minutes. Pick you up. We'll be drinking margaritas at Billy Goat's Tavern.
Nice.
Yeah, at 9 o'clock in the morning. You ready? Let's go.
But I want to go to John Barleycorn's.
We'll go there next.
If you'd like to
afterwards.
join us on the road in Chicago, or if you'd like to leave your own feedback like It's Jay Han BD, or The Dog, or Jazz Daddy J Dizzle, go to crimeandmusic.com, leave us a SpeakPipe voice message, or find us on all the social medias at Crime and Music. We truly do love hearing from you guys. We'd love to hear some more interesting comments from everybody, from their pets, what kind of jazz you listen to, what kind of music you do, whatever you like, man, just go hit us up. If you'd like that to do more than that, and if you can do more than that, please leave us a review wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening, and like the song says, never trust a big butt and a smile.
My kids now know about this podcast and they're listening to it, Brian. I don't know about that. Yeah, I might have to be done.